This Tuesday, our church celebrates the feast day of St. Julian of Egypt. The following are some details on his life and works. Julian of Egypt was responsible for the founding of a spiritual haven consisting of a cloister of monasteries that possibly housed as many as 12,000 monks, laymen and Christian refugees at one time. The spiritual refuge was located in Antiopolis, which was governed under Diocletian by Marcian. Although Marcian's political image was somewhat obscure, he seized the opportunity to make himself known by persecuting those seeking refuge from persecution. Lacking imagination and with little or no regard for consequences, he planned for the total destruction of the monastic centres. Having received permission from the emperor to deal with Julian in his own way, Marcian plotted to set fire to Julian's haven. Under the cover of darkness, while the unsuspecting Christians lay asleep, Marcian deployed his soldiers at strategic points surrounding the cloister, and at a given signal the torches were simultaneously applied. In the ensuing fire, which raged with horrible devastation throughout the compound, hundreds of men, women and children were burned to death. Many hundreds of others received severe burns, and the remaining hundreds who managed to escape the fire were captured and imprisoned. Among the survivors was Julian, whose heart was seared, if not his body. Even at the sight of the Holocaust, Julian remained steadfast in his faith in Jesus Christ. There were those in the state who held Julian in high esteem for his piety and spirit. Among his secret admirers was the young man Celsius, the son of the tyrant Marcian. Deeply touched by the tragedy, Celsius secretly visited Julian on a regular basis in his jail cell, and in a very short time converted to Christianity. Marcian was convinced that this was a spell cast upon his son. When the words had no effect on the youth, it fell to the ruler's wife to talk to her son, and she spoke to her son with a mother's love and understanding. To her husband's surprise, she became a Christian convert herself. But what sets St. Julian apart from many other religious figures is the fact that he concentrated on providing shelter for Christians fleeing persecution, the result being one of the earliest and largest refugee sites in Christian history. The unknown who perished in the Holocaust were as much martyrs to Jesus Christ as St. Julian. It was with this knowledge that sustained Julian in the days that followed the tragedy and kept his hopes up until he too was called upon to make the supreme sacrifice for Jesus. At this point, Marcian's political ambition and warped pride gave way to sheer madness. More concerned with his political image in Rome than his responsibilities as husband and father, he ordered the execution of his own family, together with other Christians, chief among whom was Julian, who suffered a martyr's death on the 21st of June.